Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Olympic Sasquatches and Beyond. I'm your host, Matt Parrish, and I'm joined by my co-host, Edge, from the YouTube channel Expedition Edge. How you doing, Edge?
I'm doing awesome, Matt. Thanks again to have me on.
Oh, yeah. No, today, well, you already know, today's a pretty exciting day. We got a really big guest in the studio right now, backstage, and normally we kind of have a little back and forth, but I kind of just want to get right on into it. If that's good with you. So.
Oh yeah, we don't want to keep him waiting. I'm excited for this. I haven't had a chance to talk to Jason yet, so this is fun. Let's do this.
Yep. Today we have Jason Kenzie. He is from the hit series Searching for Sasquatch that can be found on Amazon Prime. It can be found on Tubi, YouTube. Everyone, please welcome Mr. Jason Kenzie.
All over.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing
Jason.
pretty good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, sir. If you don't mind, I would like to go over your bio real quick because, you've got an impressive bio here, and I would like to kind of introduce some of our audience to that, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
It says that you worked with as an animal photojournalist since 1997, traveling the world in over 25 countries, meeting and photographing people who live with all kinds of exotic animals, from tigers to grizzly bears to wolves, kangaroos, and everything in between. You have a platform, a website, www.lifethroughmylens.ca, and you have a YouTube channel called A Photo Warrior that documents your love for animals. You have other accomplishments which I didn't know until just recently. You wrote 4 children's books titled Adventures of Lil Jay, about a 6-year-old boy who uses his imagination to travel the world meeting new animals and friends. If I'm not mistaken, they're turning that into an animated series, correct?
No, but it would be nice if they did.
Okay, I thought I saw
there might
something.
be something in the future.
Okay.
Right now, no.
Okay. You have a Bigfoot book out there called Everything We Know About the Legendary Bigfoot. You have a Bigfoot graphic novel titled Searching for Sasquatch, the Hidden Treasure of Bigfoot Valley, about an elite group of Bigfoot researchers who traveled deep into the British Columbia mountains, searching for evidence of the elusive creature. It says that you have investigated the lore of Bigfoot encrypted since 2019 with only a video camera, a flashlight, and no fear. And I have to say, if you watch the videos, that's true, man. He's out there running through the dark and chasing things. It's wild.
Being scared of my own shadow.
Yeah. Fearless. It says that you've directed multiple international award-winning Bigfoot documentaries titled Searching for Sasquatch, which is seen worldwide in streaming platforms, Tubi, Amazon, Plex, and I think Stash is another one.
Stash TV and Fawesome. Fawosome's a good one too.
So, wow, that's an impressive lineup there. So you've been doing photography and everything for a really long time, several decades now.
Yeah, for a long time.
So
that's where I started.
Yeah.
I kind of started just doing animal photography. I first started as a wedding and event photographer. So I used to do high-end events and high-end weddings. And then one day someone asked me if I could take photos of their dog. And I was like, really? I said, do you want to be in the picture? He's like, no, just my dog. So I showed up and took pictures of his dog, and he told me stories about his dog that blew me away. And it got me really thinking if other people out there have stories about their pets. And then I started, doing other photography on other pets, and then exotic animals like tigers and lions, elephants, monkeys, giant snakes, kangaroos, wolves, bobcats, and everything in between. And started flying all over North America and a lot in Canada. And yeah, it was great. Do you remember once upon a time people were allowed to own, more exotic animals?
Right.
Oh, for sure.
Well, where I'm from down in Texas, they have all kinds of Exotics are
Yeah,
a thing down there. So
yeah, they
I think
do
we have
too.
more endangered
So
species there than in their natural habitats.
yeah, so it's all grandfathered in. So
Yeah,
if the people with the tigers, once the tiger dies, they can't renew.
right.
And I believe it or not, there's more tigers in captivity than there is on planet Earth.
Yeah, it's sad. You know,
You
it's
know,
these areas, these wild areas are shrinking for sure, and people are just uh, harvesting without, thinking about the consequences. So
The
yeah,
same thing can be said. The same thing can be said even in the aquarium industry with corals and fish, where there's more fish or corals in the aquarium trade, that in certain species, of course, than
yeah,
there are actually in the wild. It's wild nowadays, right?
yeah, totally.
so
And then 2019 rolled around and everything shut down. The Earth stopped breathing. And I wasn't able to do my animal adventures anymore. I did a web series called Jason Kenzie's Animal Adventures, where I would film behind the scenes of my photo shoots. And so you get to see all the, all the mistakes and all the falling and getting bit or scratched or just having fun with these animals and interviewing all the people about the love that they have for their animals. And every
yeah,
once in a while, I still do some photography, which is great, like with people's animals.
yeah,
I did. And then when everything shut down, I was sitting with a friend of mine and he mentioned, because I was complaining, I was like, what am I going to do? I can't do my animal adventures. How am I going to make some money? Like, how am I supposed to pay my bills? And then my buddy's like, well, why don't you do something on Sasquatch? Maybe he's an animal. And so we laughed. And then I took a step back and thought, maybe he's onto something. So I looked into it and I went in. I was a 20% believer of, actually I was I was a 20% believer of if Sasquatch or Bigfoot was real. And I went deep into the wilderness looking for evidence. I interviewed a whole bunch of eyewitnesses. They pointed me in to areas. I found a lake that had all these footprints walking right through it. And I had a drone. So I droned the lake and you can clearly see all the footprints in the lake. And I took it to the First Nations people and they said that I'd found the migration path of the Bigfoot creatures that went right from Alaska down to California.
oh wow,
Yeah, it was exciting. I found trees that were ripped out of the ground and, moved and then turned upside down, ran back into the ground. I found other footprints and then I made my first documentary and it took off and then people asked if there'd be a second one. I said, I can make a second one. And then third and fourth and fifth and sixth. And now I'm up to 23.
oh wow. Is it as bad as COVID was, for the world, there's some positives out of it, and your story definitely seems to be a positive because I think you're better known for your Sasquatch stuff than you are the animal photography stuff.
Yeah. It's so funny how people, I'm more famous over, creatures that may or may not be real over real animals.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, wow.
Yeah.
But, I'm humble. I really love doing this. And I see where it's changed people's lives. People come up to me all the time at the conferences and festivals and they'll tell me how they laugh and how they really like to get into it. And, they'll go into the forest looking for Sasquatch,
Yeah.
and they'll tell me that I inspired them to do this. And it just makes me really happy to hear that.
Yeah, it definitely is inspiring to hear because, you're out there 1 minute just doing your job. And then the next minute you fall into this and you aren't afraid to go out there and actually put boots on the ground and look. And, you want to know more, you go out, you got it. And then you actually have found stuff, like the footprints in the lake and things like that. And so that's what is really inspiring, I think, to a lot
Yeah,
of people.
so to make a correction, I'm not afraid to go out there looking for a Sasquatch. It's only until I get out there, then I get scared.
Oh, totally. Absolutely.
I think that's
And it's
kind of
really not
out there, getting out of the vehicle and walking into the forest.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
yeah.
Yep.
Once the sun goes down, and it's incredible what you see in the forest at nighttime. Like,
and here,
these possible creatures, but you see the orbs, like the lights, like animals that you don't usually see during the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's I think that's kind of our take. Me and Edge here, we go out and we do our own little expeditions from time to time out here in the peninsula, and it's all fun during the daytime. But then when night hits, we kind of stick a little closer to camp, and kind of draw them in if we instead of us trying to go out to them.
Well, that's the thing. So right when I get out of a vehicle, I'll do a howl or a wood knock, and it feels as if I'm. So when I do a howl, I feel as if the creatures are like, let's say the creature's like, I don't know, 5 miles away, and all of a sudden I do the howl and he's like, huh, what is that? I don't remember Fred being over there. And then they come walking to be curious to see what's happening. Either who's howling or it does this. Stupid human trying to mimic us again. I'm going to go kill that blonde guy.
Yeah.
But I feel as if that I do like the howl and it gets them curious. I think it's the young that are coming at night, just like when we were teenagers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like
if somebody comes into your
parents would say, do not, go to bed, don't jump out your window and almost break your leg again, Jason, and go run through town.
Yeah.
Just like them. They probably tell them to stay away from the humans, but at night they sneak off. And they come and they're curious. I think the ones that are peeking in windows possibly could be like older ones that might have been kicked out of the clan. Just like lions or even wolves. They get the adults get too old, or the old get too old, and they're basically useless to them. Yeah. So the weak gets kicked out. And I think it's just a lone Sasquatch just looking around.
That's interesting. I never thought of that.
And the ones that are throwing stuff at you and doing taps, and I think those are younger ones. I think once they get older, they kind of learn and they don't give a damn. They're just wrong. Because I've talked to so many hunters who have actually, they'd be sitting there all motionless in the forest waiting, all camouflaged, and they'd see one walk by, and it would look older, and just almost grumpy.
Yeah.
Where I think the more playful ones are the younger ones, the ones playing with us, toying with us.
Yeah. It could be. I don't know. I always took that maybe it was the younger ones that would throw rocks, but I kind of have this weird theory, and this is just based off of the research and the eyewitnesses that I've talked to. For some reason, I think that maybe in bright sunlight, maybe they can't see as good as they do since they're nocturnal, or it would appear that they're nocturnal. It seems that they're more active at nighttime. But I always felt like the rock throwing, maybe the younger ones, they can't see you, they don't know, but they know you're there and they're trying to flush you out, kind of the way a hunter flushes out game birds, to get them spooked. Because it always seems like, when I look at the weather pattern, it's always a bright sunny day. And the eyewitness always says, well, they threw a rock. I had a rock thrown at me and then I moved. And then I saw the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch then exposes itself after the rock throw sometimes. So I don't know. That was just kind of my take. But I always felt like it was the younger ones that might be doing that kind of like what you said.
Yeah. they're just toying with us and stuff.
Yeah.
So because I know animals, because I've been around so many animals, I mean, you learn about animals so well by talking to the actual owners of the animals, even more so than what sometimes scientists don't know because they watch the animals from far.
Yeah.
Where you talk to someone that actually owns one of the animals, grizzly bear, or tiger, or even people with deer. They really can tell you things about the animals that you just don't know. So usually when I think of Sasquatch, I'm thinking of what is out there in that real animals can do. So infrasound's a good one. So when people say that, Sasquatch shoot, like when they roar or they can emit an infrasound.
Like a tiger.
When I think about, well, what real animal out there does have infrasound that we know of? And whales, right? Whales, tigers, grizzly bears. So with that, knowing that, like all cats, most cats, even the purr of the house cat can give off infrasound. Because we can feel it, but we can't hear it. So within that purr, there's an infrasound, and you can almost feel it. So I think, well, we know real animals out there have that. So possibly Sasquatch does. I mean, I've felt it. Like I've heard the roar, and I've felt the actual vibration go right through you. Like I had one grunt that like walked up to me at night, about 5 feet away while I was in a tent, a hammock tent, and it grunted in my ear. It scared the heck out of me, but I could feel it.
Yeah.
And so then, camouflage, right? People think they can cloak, go invisible. And I'm thinking, okay, well, is there any animals out there that can almost like have extreme camouflage or can cloak? And the only animal I can think of that is close to that is the cuttlefish or the octopus.
Right.
They're like master of disguise, where they can literally not just turn in the color, but they can puff their body up and almost look pretty much look like coral, right? Then we have the gecko, and then we have, the stick bug, and the chameleon, all that. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe Sasquatch has some kind of ability where it may not go invisible, but it can almost, hug a tree and kind of form to look like that tree.
I've said that same thing to Edge, haven't I?
Yeah, I've heard from Matt and others, like maybe goes down and looks like a stump.
Yeah. Or to look like a stump. Yeah. So when you said, Matt, that maybe they can't see because it's too bright outside. Well, then when you said that, I'm thinking, okay, what other animals that are nocturnal where the sun actually hurts their eyes? And I can't think of any. Yeah. Like I know that tigers, bears, their eyes will literally adjust to the light.
Yeah, that
to
makes
the point
sense.
where, they can see as good in daytime as they can at night. So I have to think that maybe Sasquatch does the same thing because they have such amazing ability. And I believe if they're throwing rocks at you and they're missing you, it's definitely on purpose.
On purpose.
Because we know from scientists researching and studying early man that they used to use rocks to hunt.
Yeah.
So I have to think, well, maybe Sasquatch uses rocks and sticks to also hunt for their prey. So they have to have pretty damn good aim to be able to take out a deer with a rock. So I'm thinking, well, if he's throwing rocks at you and he's missing you, I'm pretty sure it's on purpose.
Yeah, that's a pretty valid point. Yeah.
I mean, I've had rocks land on me too. Being thrown at me and land very close to me. At one point, I'm filming. I'm in Ohio, and I'm with the She Squatchers, and I saw the eye shine. It was looking at us. And so I walked towards it, and I have my camera, and I'm trying to get close to it, and I'm getting closer and closer. And then all of a sudden, either a log or a big rock comes flying out from nowhere beside me, and it lands next to me. And I was like, oh, and I turned. And as soon as I turned, whatever I was walking towards ran off into the forest. So it did exactly what it wanted me to do.
Yep.
A second one threw something to get me to turn just enough so that whatever, like the other one could run off. And this is exactly what happened. I'm like, I see it. I see the eye shine. Crash. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Like that. That's exactly what happened. I turned because it smashed on the ground. And then this started running, and I turned the camera back.
Yeah.
And then gone.
You can see the eye shine on the camera, like in the documentary. It's called The Ohio Grassman. It's called Enter the Grassman, Searching for Sasquatch 8.
Yeah. We there's awesome. So many eyewitnesses that we've talked to, and I think me and Edge have experienced very similar things where you're getting close to something, you know, there's something there, and then boom, something over here. So yeah, they definitely work in pairs. I think that if you, wherever there's one, there's probably a second one not far from it. So.
As a matter of fact, one time,
what's that?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say one time Matt and I separated, and then Matt heard a bunch of stuff over by him, so I came back to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I totally think that they totally use that as distractions.
Oh, yeah, totally. Like a lot of times I'll get home from one of my expeditions, and I'll be editing, and it'll be all dark. And I'll be editing, and I'll be talking on camera about, you know, seeing something or hearing something, and see the eye shine right over my shoulder. But I only see it when I'm at home editing, and I didn't see it in real time, where all I had to do was just shine the flashlight, and it would have probably lit up.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know?
That's got to be a creepy feeling, you know, watch that video and know that he's right there behind you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, it happens a lot. Like if you watch my documentaries, you'll see that it happens quite a bit. It's like the creatures don't know. They think I'm looking away from them, not realizing the camera is facing that way. So they stick their eye out from behind the.
Oh, wow.
Like you guys are so close to me that we could easily do. I'd like to go out with you guys maybe sometime.
Yeah, we'd love to have you.
We're totally down. Sold.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I'd like to come out, maybe bring my camera gear, bring some flashlights. If you guys have some, I have a smaller video camera that has night vision.
Yep.
And maybe we can go to the Olympic.
We actually have access to some very old growth forest, and I'll tell you that off camera because you know, to protect the people that own it, right?
Yeah, so, of course. So that's the thing. A lot of times I don't like to give the actual location. Like if the people bring me out, they'll say, well, you know, don't give the location. And I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice. A lot of times when I did exotic animals, like the tigers and the bears, a lot of times the owners would ask me not to post it. It was only for them, you know. And I'm like, no problem, you know, like not a problem. And then I became people trusted me not to give that stuff away. So yeah, definitely. And I love old growth forests. So to film in them is amazing. And we could spend a couple nights, guys.
Yeah, we could.
I don't think filming there will be a problem. You know, we'll just keep the location. One of the things that I've been pretty blessed to do is I've made friends with a lot of the different tribes here on the peninsula, and so we have access to areas that typically are off limits to other people. Yeah. So we would love to have you out. I
think that would be a lot of fun. We're so close. I mean, we'll have to talk off camera a little bit more of the details, but
sure. So
this summer might be kind of a write-off for me because I'm speaking at a lot of Bigfoot conferences and festivals all over the States. So
yeah,
I'm going to be quite busy this summer.
that's fine. We got time to figure it out.
And we camp all year round.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
As long
December,
as we got a diesel
January,
heater, we can
July.
go, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
What's that? Yeah.
I told Edge, I said, as long as we got a diesel heater, we're good to go, right?
Yeah. As long as we have the thing is
Yeah.
filming in the wintertime, and I've done it a few times,
Mhm.
like filming wise, the batteries on the cameras don't last as long. So
Correct.
I try not to do too much filming like mid-winter because
Right.
the camera, all the batteries die and stuff, and it just, you're looking like you're about the size of Bigfoot. You're all bundled up like.
Yeah. Until here, everything is so wet. It's just gets everything. So it just makes it a lot harder. I can't tell you how many times me and Edge have gone out on an expedition and just had to turn back because the weather conditions were got too bad for us.
The rain, it definitely is not. It's not very fun to search for Sasquatch in the pouring rain. Also, the camera gear doesn't really come out because.
Right.
So if we do this, or when we do this, not if, when.
Yeah.
Because I like you guys already, and I think it would be a lot of fun if you guys don't mind being on camera.
No, I don't mind.
Oh. No, we have our own YouTube channel, Expedition Edge, where we film our expeditions too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. We're out, or at least I'm out in the northern Buckhorn area. That's what we'll say. Almost weekly, because I've got two pretty good spots I've shown Matt that are kind of linked in this little area that are pretty epic spots. So I go out constantly, almost weekly, and I got a YouTube channel. I just hit over 1,000 subscribers. I know for somebody who's been doing it a long time and has had way more than that, that's not much, but I broke in.
Great.
Yeah, I broke in. I'm just barely at a year, a little over 2 years. So I can't figure it out. I think I'm about at a year. Sorry. And a little over 1,000 subscribers, and we're climbing.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Just keep on ticking, keep on going, keep on climbing that ladder, right?
It's been an awesome journey, and we're going places.
So I had
well, maybe you guys can help me out by taking me out.
It'll be both
areas to go and
it'll be mutual for sure.
So I have to ask
Expedition Edge.
There it is.
Yeah. The famous mini Jeep. No, I have to ask, you've done so many expeditions. Is there one that just like really sticks out as like the most fun time that you ever had on a trip, and what made it fun for you?
Okay, so I'm going to West Virginia again, and I love West Virginia, Ohio, and all that, but and Michigan. The one thing that I really love, and picture this, you're walking through the forest, and you're trying to like see if there's anything watching you, but you're getting distracted because there is 1 billion lightning bugs flying all over the place.
Wow.
Like fireflies, just billions of them.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I'm over exaggerating when I'm saying billions of them. It's one of the most amazing experiences. And West Virginia is big for that. And same with Michigan. Michigan is probably the most active place, like northern Michigan and the UP of Michigan, out of all the places I've been to. But just recently, I was in Texas. And when I mean recently, like a month ago. And we were camping next to a bridge, and during the day there would be like 20 fishermen standing on the bridge fishing over it, and then there would be like 25 or 30 fishing boats, like boats in the water. And then at night it just gets really creepy. And what happened was everyone kept telling me during the day, and we were there for 5 days. Everyone was just telling me, oh, we should go up on the bridge because there's a lot of activity. And I was so stupid. I was like, well, I'd like to go into the deep forest over here. So every day we went into the deep forest, and finally on the last night, we went up onto the bridge. And sure enough, as we're walking back to the car, there was 2 of us. There was 5 of us, but 3 of them went onto their own little boat, and they were going to scour the river by boat, just a small little skiff. And then Todd and I were walking back, and something ran through the forest. It jumped, and you could hear it hit the ground. And as I turned and looked, I could see just the back of it, not the head, but just the back of it. And it was black as it went through the bushes, and then the palmetto bushes went, and it just got swallowed up, and it hit, and you could hear it run through the forest. So I go running into the forest looking around. Yeah. I couldn't find anything until, later on when I came home, and I'm on camera talking about, I heard it run and da-da-da-da. And you see the eye shine like right over my shoulder. Wow. So that was that night. And then we went deep into the forest, same night, and we were there for 2.5 hours walking around, and we're by the river. And so we called up the other friends that were in the little skiff and said, hey, could you come pick us up? Because we want to hang out with you. Okay, I'm lying. I was lazy, tired, and I didn't want to walk back, so I wanted to skip. So we got back into the boat, and we went back to shore by the bridge. And now it was Michael and I, not Todd. Michael and I, we got out of the boat, and Todd and Shane and Lala went back into the boat and wanted to do some more recon of the river. And we were going to go back. And Lala, she was driving like the truck. And so Michael and I, we were on the back of the truck on the bed, hanging our feet over. So we're the hatch is down, and we must have drove like 20 feet. And Michael's like, oh, I see something. He had a flare. And he's like, oh my God, I see it. It was standing up. And we jump out of off the back. We're not even going that fast. We go running. And so Michael is filming, and I go running into the forest. And you see on Fleur, it is standing there, and then it runs. Like it was so fast, and boom, and it was gone. And we heard it run off. And then after about 10 minutes, went back onto shore, like back on to where Michael was, and we walked back. So we jumped back on the vehicle, the truck, and we were only not even 2 minutes away. Like if you think of the map, we were about maybe 1,000 feet through the forest where we were camping on this plot of land. They used to have they used to do oil drilling. It was an oil drilling pad. So imagine when they it's a kind of a circle.
It was a little cleared area.
Yeah, so they cleared out the area to put the rig up and all. That was back, 40, 50 years ago. So they capped it. You could see the little pipe thing that capped it. It's not used anymore. But now it's used for,
find a lot of those in the.
You know how big it is. It's probably about, I don't know, 1,000 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
So it's quite a big area. And we're camping, and we're only like 1,000 feet from where we saw the thing run off. Now, on the Fleur, you could see that the palmetto bushes were 6 feet tall. And you could see the thing was trying to hide, but it was still above the palmetto bushes. And then it ran off. So we got dropped off in front. There was a motor home, and then our tents. And then Michael left. Michael and Lala, they left. Michael walked off to go look around and was out of sight. And Lala drove back. Well, I'm sitting there on the chair, and I'm by myself, and I'm just like lying there, and it's pitch black out. All of a sudden, you hear a pig screaming in agony, like it's screaming, like a pig is fighting for its life. And I'm like, I perk up, I'm like, what the heck? And it's squealing, and suddenly you could hear the neck break. Wow. And then it was quiet. And I'm looking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm standing up by this time. I'm standing. And I'm with the she squatchers, and they're in the tent. And Jen Cruz is like, Jason, what's going on out there? What is that? And I knew they were going to come out. And so I walked back over to the tent, and I'm saying to them, I'm like, my God, there was probably a Sasquatch, probably this, probably that. I'm like, I look over and I'm looking probably about maybe 150 feet, and I see eye shine. I see the eye shine, and there's no flashlight. I could actually see it was glowing, and it was lowered to the ground. And then I was like, and I could hear the girls wrestling around, and I went, shh, shh. Well, actually, first it walked out. It stood up, and it walked out, and I could see the black mass of it, because there was a couple lights just behind me, like, you know, you put lights up by the tents,
yep,
by the motorhomes. Well, I could see the light,
like a silhouette.
It blacked out the light. It blacked out the light, and it moved. And then I was like to the girls still in the tent, shh, shh, shh. And then it did this. It looked right at me. And I moved by a tree. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking at it. And it's looking at me, and I'm like, now I'm in like kind of almost like action mode. Like, as I was waiting to go toe to toe with it. Like, I'm thinking it's going to run at me. And I was like, holy cow. And it turned and just ran off into the forest, just like that. Boom. And it's gone. Just like that. Wow. So I couldn't see any detail, except that I could see the size, like how black it was. And the eye, it's the first time I've ever seen eye shine without a flashlight. Like, it was lit up without any, like, and yeah, it was like scary. But of course, I was like thinking it was going to run at me. I'm like, okay, it's just going to tear me apart. I mean, what am I going to do? But I just went into this kind of pose, like I'm ready for it. Like, come on, let's do this. And then like just ran into the forest. Yeah.
Wow, what an encounter!
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was cool. Now, you know, obviously I can't say 100% if it was a Bigfoot. But, you know, like, and it happened on the last night, and everything was around that bridge. So I'm like, oh gosh, you know, now when I go back, I want to get a ghillie suit, and at like 5 o'clock in the evening, go and sit by the road and just lie there, like, till it gets dark. Because I believe that just like any animal, where they can get food easy, because I think the fishermen, they catch the fish during the day and they skin them and clean them right there on the beach, and they probably leave the scraps. And so either the Bigfoot creatures are coming to gather the scraps up. Like, I picture like a whole, like a, you know, like basically when, let's say 9 o'clock in the evening, there's a whole bunch of them waiting for the last fishermen to get in their vehicles and leave, and then they go. Or they know that the wild pigs come by, like animals come, because they know that there's going to be scraps of fish. Yeah. So, you know,
and other animals.
You know, and I'm only going by what I know what other animals do, like bears, foxes, you know, even deer. They know there's easy access to food. They'll keep coming back. to that spot.
Yep.
I mean, why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
I grew up in East Texas in the Big Thicket region, and I suspect that's probably where you were at.
That's where we were. We weren't in the Big Thicket, but we were
Pretty close.
We were in we were at Sam Houston National Forest.
Ah, okay, yeah.
That's where
right down the road.
Yeah.
Yep. So and something you heard the pig's neck snap. You know, for a lot of the viewers out there that are watching this, people don't realize that the pigs in Texas are not little. These are big animals. These are not little piglets running around that you see on the. These are good sized animals that.
These are like 300-pound pigs.
Yeah.
Wild boars.
They'll rip you apart.
Yeah, and it was fighting, and it lasted maybe 20 seconds. So if a Bigfoot was trying to kill the pig, and it took 20 seconds for it to wrestle the pig, you can imagine, how big that pig was.
Well,
I also think the one that walked out, I think it was trying to get over to where the other one was that killed the pig.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
You said you saw something big and black too. The other thing that I would like to express is that in East Texas, a lot of people don't understand this, but most of the large predators have been wiped out. So they do have a very small population of bears. I know that when I was living in the Big Thicket, that the Fish and Game actually released 5 bears to try to repopulate them in the area. Yeah. And 3 of the bears died from they just couldn't make it. There wasn't enough, I guess, for them that time of year, or they were used to being in the swamps of Louisiana. So, so to see something large and black, the odds that it were a bear are probably pretty slim. And not to mention,
I never saw any scat anywhere. Yeah. No bear scat, and bears don't hide their scat.
No,
they walk. They don't care. They actually they scoop up their poop and they literally walk over and put it where we are
on the trail. Yeah,
that's
so true.
Yeah. Like I've actually woke up, got out of my tent, and found grizzly poop directly in front of my tent.
Yeah,
as if it was saying, "This is my territory." Now eat my berries. Like I don't know. I'm telling you, I've had it happen.
My regurgitated berries.
Exactly, and right outside the tent, like as if it was going. This idiot is going to step in it, and we're going to laugh. It's probably off to the side watching, and probably was pissed off. Like, oh, dang it, he didn't step in it.
That was
cool. So there was no bears in the vicinity at all.
Yeah. That's an impressive interaction. Yeah, that you got to get back to that bridge then. Yeah, that's awesome.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and Matt understands, because if you know the Big Thicket, you know the bridge. It's the bridge.
Yeah, he says
down. It got washed away during a storm, and they rebuilt it.
Yep, I know the area you're talking about.
He says we're going to try to make it down there sometime, but I'd like to see what Texas is about.
Oh yeah, we're totally doing a Texas trip one day. Yeah, so that's gonna happen.
Let me know. Maybe I'll join you guys. I'll bring out the other guys too. You love the other guys, like Todd and Shane. They're just so warm. They're very welcoming.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that would be fun for sure. When we get that going, we'll contact you and let you know. And if you're available, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, so, that'd be good.
We'll talk offline about that, and coming back out here to Washington and doing a squatching event. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we're so close to each other. I just have to come over the border, and
Yeah, we're like less than.
So I have a Honda Civic, so I would have to come over the border and then leave my vehicle at your place and jump into like an off-road vehicle that you guys have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it works out good because I can film us all driving to where we're going, right?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
That'll work out. So I have to ask, something to kind of change a little bit. There's a big controversy right now in the Bigfoot community with the PG film. And so I just kind of wanted your take on it, since you work with cameras. You have expertise in film and wildlife photography, things like that. What do you make of all this?
Well, I mean, the fact that, for one thing, I wasn't there, so I can't really, I can't really say if it's real or not real. I can't, if I, obviously if I was there, but they were going out there to film a Bigfoot documentary.
Right.
That was the whole point of renting the film camera.
Yep.
Right. I'm pretty sure they were actually going out there to film a Bigfoot documentary.
Yeah, they were out there for like 2 or 3 weeks, I believe.
Something like that. And also, by what I've read, that Roger Patterson wasn't the most honest guy on the planet to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So, with that said, I mean, just like any kind of detective work, right? I mean, they, if it, yeah, it's a hard one. I mean, I want to believe it's a real Bigfoot.
See, that's the way I feel. I feel like my gut, when I watch it, I feel like I'm looking at a real animal. I feel like I'm looking at a real creature walking across. And Bob, he's just held true to the story. So if it is true, I don't think he had any part in it. If anything, he was an innocent bystander. If it is in fact the other, but the one thing that kind of troubles me a little bit is that there's this documentary out there, and they have yet to release it. And if you have smoking gun evidence, that's not something you typically sit on. You kind of put it up for independent analysis.
Well, they are going to release it. I think the reason why they pulled it from the film festivals was because they were afraid someone was going to pirate it. Right. Someone was going to film it. At least film the footage that they have.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I just finished editing a documentary on the man who says he wore the Bigfoot suit. And I just finished that and about to launch that. I stay pretty biased on, I stay pretty neutral on the subject because, like I said, I wasn't there. Yeah. So I can't really say if it was real or not real.
Right.
I want it to be real. If it does turn out that it turns out it was a hoax and they faked it all, well, doesn't mean Bigfoot's not real.
Absolutely.
There's not real. Too much other stuff out there. Yep.
Too many.
You have to, they had the best luck ever because, he rents a camera and the camera's not cheap. I mean, it's thousands of dollars to rent it. Yeah. And so he rents it hoping that he's going to, be able to film a Bigfoot. I mean, that's one heck of a gamble.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much it was to rent it. But he rented
not even just to rent it, but to travel down there and everything. I mean, you're talking a lot of money.
Well, think about it. It's like you right now going and renting a $30,000 video camera, hoping that you will capture footage of a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And hopefully you film it and you'll make a lot of money. So how many times have you gone out there into the forest on expeditions or, going out and didn't have any luck?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I get what
so
you're
that
saying.
Would be a lot, without actually having a daytime sighting of it walking, right?
Yeah.
Probably lots of times, right?
Right.
So now go to the store and rent go and spend, I think it costs $500 or maybe $1,000 a day to rent a video camera, an expensive one.
Yeah.
So now go out tomorrow, go and spend $1,000, and now take that into the forest next time. Even though you just spent the last 30 times going into the forest and not really finding any evidence. Like,
hey,
no
devil's advocate here.
What's that?
Yeah, devil's advocate over here. If that $30,000 camera is going to vastly improve potentially my ability to videotape a Sasquatch, I'd do it. I mean, it would be hard, but then I'm saying, back in the day, how many other people were out looking for Bigfoot and making a Bigfoot documentary?
I think
I totally
Jason,
understand. I understand where you're coming from too.
I'm just saying that I mean, it's one heck of a gamble.
Yeah,
totally,
totally is. The money, and then you just happen to come across a Bigfoot. Huge question mark. I've been out like tons of times and had some really cool experiences, and tried my best to try and capture it on camera. Yeah. And for some reason, these creatures seem to know how to stay just outside of the infrared light, the beam of light, the night vision light. They just seem to know how to stand just outside of that. You see the eyes shine, but you don't see any, and I just can't wait until I can get a daytime sighting.
Yeah.
One of the I can't sit here and clearly say 100% that
exactly
Bigfoot's real because I haven't had a daytime sighting.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. It would, if you did make such a claim, then you lose credibility as a researcher. You have to be able to look at all the evidence and say what it is, right? And so if you can't say that it's 100% real if you haven't seen it yet, Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I've moved up from 20% believer to 70%.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of some of the really weird stuff that I've seen, the lights and the sounds and the roars. Like, I have crazy roars. I mean, check out Searching for Sasquatch 10, the Minnesota roars. And tell me if you can sleep awesome after you watch that documentary. But yeah, it's pretty cool. We're getting closer. It's getting closer. I get so close to almost getting these things on camera. It's only a matter of time.
I agree with you 100%. And, a lot of people, they don't, this from being a wildlife photographer. And so it's great to have you on the show to kind of verify this. But it is so damn hard sometimes to just photograph known animals in their habitat,
totally.
Let alone something that may or may not exist. So one of the coolest encounters, bear encounters that I have here on the peninsula was with my father. And we'd heard that on the backside of Lake Quinault, somebody had seen a Sasquatch. So we were just cruising the back roads kind of around the lake just to see if we get lucky. And he actually had his phone out the whole time. And so finally, when we're just about finished, we're headed home. He's like, he sets his phone down in his lap, He's like, well, I guess nothing's going to happen. And I said, well, that's, we had a good time, right? Yeah. And we come around this corner, and there is just the biggest black bear I've ever seen on the peninsula in my life, just sitting there in the road. And I was like, quick, get your camera. And he's fumbling to get his camera. And by the time he does, this thing just booked it down into the bush. And in like 10, 15 feet, it completely, this massive animal completely disappeared in about 10 feet of bush where we couldn't see it. So, that's the other frustrating part. People go, well, why don't we have a good picture? It's not as easy as you think sometimes. Even if you have your camera out and ready to go, it's just that's how it goes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The day that I have a daytime sighting, my camera won't be rolling. It'll be by my side because that's just how it's gonna. I just know it, right? It's gonna be the least moment when I will be caught off guard.
Yeah,
you'll go from 70% to 100%, but the world won't know.
And the world won't know. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I probably won't even say. Like I won't, because if you don't have it on camera,
It
and
didn't
if
happen.
I say that, oh, I had a daytime sighting and it walked up and slapped me in the face and carried me off, no one would, like if I don't have the proof, then
Yep.
Especially when
Then
you're
as
a
a position.
wildlife
it's
photographer.
like me telling you that that I speak to Bigfoot, and I'm going to show everyone right now, but instead of doing a video call, I'm just going to do an audio call. It's like,
Yeah.
Right? It's like,
Absolutely.
why
Nope,
won't
totally.
you do a video call? If
Yeah.
Sasquatch is living in your house,
Yeah.
do you do a video call? I would not do, if I said that I had a Bigfoot living in my house and I was going to show everyone, I'll be damned. There's no way that I would do an audio call. I would not even say anything until I can physically know I can push the button and it will show a video of the Bigfoot.
And now the biggest problem now is somebody will say, well, that was AI.
Oh well, yeah, now. Yeah. Now, for sure.
And it's going straight to, I need a body.
You'll have to get it forensically analyzed, and that'll cost more money. And so it's just I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but all we have to do is just keep on trying.
I know we're fixing to have to let you go. I know you got some other things coming up, but are there any future projects right now that you would like to talk about? Any of your books, anything like that? Where can people follow you?
Yeah, people can find me if people just search my name, Jason Kenzie, search Sasquatch, or even My Animal Adventures. You'll find all the videos. You'll find news articles. This is my comic book right here.
Nice.
Called
Cool.
Sasquatch, and it's a fun read. It's has a lot of adventure, a lot of adventure in there. This is you can see.
That's pretty cool. We'll have to get something like that. Get that book, and when we're out on our expedition, read it while we're waiting for Bigfoot to come up.
You can read it. And then you got Adventures of Lil Jay Jay, which is the
that's pretty
the children's
cool
book.
The children's book.
I really like that. Getting children, kind of a, because Bigfoot is always kind of depicted as this big scary monster, and so to kind of expose it in a friendly way to children is, I think, is really cool.
And that one has like Bigfoot related, and then we got it where little JJ goes underwater.
Oh wow!
Awesome.
It goes underwater as a little, and then the back of it has the back of the octopus. So when you open it has the full,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, people purchase those.
Not to be afraid of swimming, right?
Right.
And just been a lot of fun. I've been doing a lot of stuff. People can just find me, searching for Sasquatch on Facebook is a good one. Jason Kenzie on Facebook is good.
Right.
I am doing a searching for Sasquatch Mothman.
Oh, cool.
Mothman, going to West Virginia again. Flatwood Monster. It's another one. New Jersey Devil. I'm going to be speaking at the New Jersey Paranormal Festival and the Rougarou Festival in Louisiana. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. It's going to be down the Oregon coast in Oregon doing Sasquatch Summerfest. So that's going to be fun also. Michigan, it's going to be another conference I'll be speaking at. There's going to be a lot of stuff. Eventually, I will do a UFO documentary, and I'll combine Sasquatch with UFOs. But this has been great. I'm so happy to be with you guys. Thank you for having me.
We're glad to have you. Thank you. You won't have to go very far for the UFO thing. You got the strait right there between us. And there's,
totally.
I mean, I can't. I've never seen anything. I'll tell you one funny story real quick.
I have.
Everyone was telling me, there's UFOs in the strait. One night I'm coming home down 112 right there on the coast, And I look out there, and through the trees, I can see this weird looking spaceship looking thing, you know, like off Star Trek or something. I'm like, what is that? And so I get closer to the beach. And when I get to the beach where there's no more break in the trees, it was a cruise ship that had lost half power. So it was just kind of, it looked like this little spaceship. But I was, there for several minutes. I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I, you know, my heart's racing. I'm like, what am I looking at? Then I was like, oh, it's just a cruise ship that lost power. So,
okay, I guess I'll let you guys go.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on the show. It's been great. We'll put the link for your website and everything down in the description. And if you're out there, check them out. And to all the people out there, our viewers, continue to chase the unknown. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.